because she's a black woman, or at least I thought she was. She clearly has black children. So are you saying you don't mind your children growing up in a society where they cannot be taught black history?
Minaj has many, many issues that would lead one to believe that those issues are possibly the reason that she's cozying up to MAGA.
And Nicki makes a lot of cash. Not as much as Michael Dell.
Nicki don't need to worry about Don. She need to be with damn Dom Lennon. Nicki Minaj need to be worried about Chris Hansen. That's what she needs to be worried about.
Nicki Minaj has officially stepped into her MAGA era, and the reaction from black celebrities has been loud, public, and nowhere near supportive. The chatter is nonstop, the side eyes are heavy, and the culture is not letting this slide easily. People are talking, posting, and calling it out in real time, making it clear this move didn't land well at all. Over the past few weeks, Nicki went from subtle hints to making her political stance crystal clear, and a lot of folks in the culture are pushing back hard. Black celebs have spoken up, questioned her choices, and even speculated about what triggered this sudden switch up. The shock comes from the fact that Nicki was not always on this page during Trump's first term, and people remember that clearly. Back then, she was openly dragging Trump, calling him evil, and throwing shade at celebrities who jumped on the Trump bandwagon, saying that could never be her. During a Polestar Live conference in 2020, Nicki was asked about Trump and straight up said she was not going to jump on Donald Trump's bandwagon. She even said, "I don't like that, Nicki. I get that a lot of people don't like him for obvious reasons, but what stuck with me was the children being taken away from their parents when they came into this country." She added that it hit close to home because she was once one of those immigrant children coming to America to flee poverty. That moment stuck with a lot of people. Fast forward to now, and Nicki is out here calling herself Trump's #1 fan and claiming he's the best president this country ever had. And that contrast is exactly why the backlash is so intense right now.
Guys, I'm with my favorite president, the best president of all time.
And I'm with the queen of rap.
So yeah, like you'd expect, the response from other black celebrities has been loud and very public, with many calling Nicki out for what they see as hypocrisy and major flip-flopping. People are accusing her of turning her back on her own fan base, her culture, and even her own values, and the criticism hasn't slowed down at all. Let's break down who spoke up, what was said, and why this turned into such a huge online conversation. One of the first voices to jump in was D.L. Hughley back in December after Nicki posted tweets aimed at California Governor Gavin Newsom. Nicki claimed that Governor Newsom doesn't care about healthy children, and that's when DL fired back hard. DL responded saying Nicki Minaj shouldn't be posting about kids at all, claiming her husband can't be within 1,000 feet of one, and adding, "It ain't Gavin Newsom, it's Chris Hansen she should be worried about." That comment was a reference to Catch a Predator, hosted by Chris Hansen. People online quickly connected this to the widely known legal issues involving members of Nicki's family, which made the comment blow up even more. At the same time, others pointed out that Nicki's career was largely supported by an LGBTQ+ fan base, yet now she's being accused of using language that feels hostile to that same community. Reality TV star Tiffany Pollard, also known as New York, spoke to TMZ and didn't sugarcoat her feelings at all. Tiffany said Nicki supporting Trump feels like a slap in the face to LGBTQ+ fans who've supported her for years. She added that people still love Nicki's music, but they're not feeling the way she's been moving lately. Tiffany made it clear she wasn't trying to cancel Nicki, though, saying maybe she just needs to be around more progressive voices, even name-dropping Bruce Springsteen as an example.
Nicki, you know, we love her music. I've spoken to her several times, you know. Collectively, I feel like we were a little bit disappointed with her, but I feel like she needs to spend a lot of time with Mr. Bruce Springsteen. She needs to go sit on his lap and let him speak some words of wisdom to her heart. Because somebody got her off track and she needs guidance back home.
Now, this whole controversy about Nicki betraying her LGBTQ fans really exploded after she went at Don Lemon, who is openly gay, and used language that many people called out as offensive. That moment sent everything into overdrive. But Don Lemon wasn't about to stay quiet at all. He clapped back fast, saying Nicki should be more focused on her own legal situation, pointing out that she still doesn't have U.S. citizenship, and that response had the internet buzzing.
disgusting. Look, this is what I'll say to Nicki Minaj. I normally don't respond to things like this, but F it. I'm going to do it this time. I think Nicki Minaj has made it very clear how she feels about African Americans in this country. I don't think she's one of them, obviously. And she should, under Trump's rules, she should be deported because I don't think, reportedly, that she is a legal citizen here. She is undocumented. And so she has shown her disdain for African Americans. So why are you supporting her? Why are you buying her records? She's also supporting, I have lots of gay friends who love Nicki Minaj. Why are you supporting this homophobic, bigoted, ignorant woman?
Then D.L. Hughley jumped right back in to back Don Lemon up, telling Nicki to forget about Don completely and instead look closer to home. He said she should be worried about the fact that there are multiple registered offenders in her immediate family, and that comment only made the situation even louder online. People were shocked at how far this back and forth had gone.
There was a whole scene that unfolded at this church.
Right.
You saw this, right? Nicki Minaj going after Don Lemon. You see this, for
Nicki Minaj,
for reporting it.
It was so funny to me. People hate. It's so funny how many other right hate. They hate transgender and gay people more than they do pedophiles. That's amazing to me. Nicki don't need to worry about Don. She need to be with damn Don Lemon, and Nicki Minaj need to be worried about Chris Hansen.
On top of that, reports started spreading that the Carters, especially Beyonce, are completely done with Nicki. First, it was Kanye going full MAGA, and now Nicki. And folks are saying Beyonce has quietly cut ties. According to the talk online, Beyonce is disappointed that Nicki's legacy has reached a point where it's daily Twitter chaos and loud MAGA support. Then Dr. Umar jumped into the mix, and this is where the conversation shifted from jokes to something deeper. Instead of clowning Nicki, Umar said he believes MAGA is positioning her as the new token black conservative woman, especially after Candace Owens started clashing with Trump on certain issues.
I believe that Donald Trump and the conservative movement in this country selected Nicki Minaj because they needed a replacement for Candace Owens. Remember, Candace Owens has fallen out of favor with the Republican Party and the mainstream conservative white agenda because she's now exposing the Zionist control of the conservative movement and of the United States government.
Umar also said he was stunned seeing Nicki at a Turning Point USA event with Erica Kirk.
In fact, Art, I would argue that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I believe, by the Zionist movement. We're going to distance ourselves from Candace, and this is Donald Trump, the Republican Party, and the mainstream white conservative movement. We got to find another black woman. We got to find another black woman who can compete with Candace Owens nationally and internationally to bring attention away from Candace Owens, who is highlighting the Israeli influence on American politics. And so who better to use than Nicki Minaj?
Where claims were made that teaching black history somehow makes white kids feel lesser.
Correct, but she says something to the effect that it's not just that we tell black children to feel proud of themselves, but it's like we're doing that, and at the same time, we're telling other children not to feel proud of themselves. And so I guess she was alluding to this false narrative that the conservatives are putting out there, that teaching black children black history and teaching white children the true history of America is somehow going to make white children feel bad about themselves. That bothered me because she's a black woman, or at least I thought she was. She clearly has black children. So are you saying you don't mind your children growing up in a society where they cannot be taught black history or the true history of America because some people feel it offends the self-esteem of white children?
Umar pushed back hard, saying it's wild to hear Nicki echo that kind of talk while raising a black child herself. And that statement hit heavy with a lot of people watching this unfold.
And this is so hypocritical, Art, because we've been in America 400 years at least under British North American control. And look at how the self-esteem and self-worth and self-value of black children has been and continues to be compromised for the benefit of the white child. And yet you're telling me that to implement a curriculum of corrective history where you're not insulting white people, you're not denigrating white people, you're simply making sure white children understand that the foundation of this country was laid and built and cemented on the genocide of Native Americans and the enslavement of African people. And not just the enslavement of African people, the dehumanization of.
Now, when it comes to why Nicki decided to take this route, Dr. Umar said he's not fully convinced it's just about money, and he even questioned whether MAGA might have some kind of leverage over her. He made it clear he wasn't claiming facts, just raising eyebrows, but that alone added another layer to the conversation. Lizzo, however, is not buying any of that at all. She believes Nicki made a calculated move and straight up decided that aligning with Trump is more profitable now that her career isn't at its peak anymore. Lizzo said she expects more black celebrities to follow the same path once their relevance starts slipping. According to her, once the attention slows down, some people start looking for a new lane that brings money and visibility, and MAGA offers exactly that right now. Lizzo added, "You're gonna see it. It already started and it's going to keep going," suggesting this isn't just about Nicki, but a growing pattern. That take really stuck with people online. Fans on social media quickly jumped in with their own theories, and things got intense fast. One user on X wrote, "Nicki Minaj isn't just a sellout, she's bait," claiming her actions feel like a calculated performance meant to attract attention and stir division for personal gain. Others echoed that sentiment, saying this looks more transactional than genuine. Then things shifted into full roast mode, with users dragging Nicki from every angle imaginable. Some comments went after her public image, her choices, and her political stance, stacking criticism back to back. One viral post listed everything people dislike about her right now and ended with, "Pick a struggle," which had thousands reacting. Another user zoomed in on Nicki's wig from her appearance at a Trump-related summit and joked that the quality looked off, saying, "She never had a bad install before this," and claiming even her glam seems different now. Whether fair or not, the internet has clearly turned this into an all-out spectacle, and the pile-on doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon. But now it's your turn to weigh in. Why do you think Nicki really went MAGA? Is it about money, protection, clout, or something deeper going on behind the scenes? Do you believe MAGA is using Nicki as a so-called token black conservative like Dr. Umar suggested, or is she fully standing on these views herself? And be real, do you think she actually believes what she's saying? Or is she just repeating a script that benefits her right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because this conversation is far from over. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with someone who's been following this drama, and stay locked in for the next video coming up right after this.